playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. The bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Bad guys do real shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Heal shit podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city ain't nobody in the way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all
Viewer
the rules.
discretion time.
Bosses in the game.
Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, heel faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz. That's Draven Grimes. With us every Tuesday is Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast. We're going to go through the biggest stories of the week. We got some Netflix rating shit. We got some Pentagon. We got some Becky. We got some Corey Graves. And we probably got some other shit I'm not going to name. We'll be right back.
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain.
How you fellas doing?
Man, I feel like Dracula sucked me dry, not in a good way.
Yeah, you had an oil change today, huh?
They didn't put the oil back. That's the problem.
Yep, that is a problem. How you doing, Edgar?
I'm good, man. I feel good. I just woke up from like a 3-hour nap, so I'm ready to go.
Dude, naps are the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, work was slow for me today, so I got to take advantage.
Hell
Feel
yeah.
energized. Unlike poor Draven, who's feeling a little down in the dumps a little.
I'm not down in the dumps. I'm just
No, he's not down.
slowly
He's just
recuperating my oil levels.
yeah.
I got all my oil levels up right now.
Takes a lot out of you to get rid of a gallon of blood.
Right? And, Dracula wasn't even fucking kind about it. Just, 2 hands and a wipe out.
Yeah, no lube, just straight in. All right. We want to get started. What you got first?
Yeah, I want to get started with Penta's debut last night on Monday Night Raw. Now the main thing is I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the actual match itself, but also what came about after the match were some reports saying that the talent backstage, WWE talent, was not happy with the debut. It turns out that reportedly Penta's debut went over time. The match went longer than expected, along with the promo. But the WWE officials were not so mad about that. They're actually pretty happy the reaction that Penta got, and he's selling a lot of merch.
Mhm.
So a lot to talk about here, fellas. The first thing I want to talk about though is what were your thoughts on the match itself?
I've been a big fan of Penta for a long time. He was probably the first non-WWE luchador that I was really fond of. I loved him in Lucha Underground. Loved him, AAA, obviously. I thought it was a good match. I mean, Penta's, I don't think he puts on any kind of bad matches, but he got a lot of his normal stuff in. He got the Mexican Destroyer. He even got his little arm breaker move in, which I didn't know if they were going to
sacrifice.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were going to let him do that or not, so that was good. And then what kind of driver is that? It's not, I know they call it the Penta driver, but
Technically, and this is 2K, so fuck all you marks. It's the pump handle inverted half Nelson driver.
Oh,
So we're gonna call it the Penta driver.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking words.
what we're going to do. What did you guys think of the match?
Go ahead, Edgar.
I liked it, but this is what I wanted to ask you guys about it, because maybe I'm just being biased, but I noticed even though Penta got a lot of his shit in that we're used to seeing him do, like in AEW, maybe it was just a presentation, but I kind of felt like there was a lot of differences in the match that Penta had here on Monday Night Raw compared to like AEW. Now, am I wrong in thinking this, or was this like a much like more slower, more calculated Penta that we saw on Monday Night Raw?
It's the WWE style.
Yeah, you have to expect to see that. And Dark's right. You saw a lot of the stuff that he was able to get: the Mexican Destroyer, the Sacrifice Arm Breaker. But I did notice that he turned it down a bit, and that's not saying WWE puts a governor on you, but WWE has certain expectations that they want every worker to do, and one of those things is slow down, take in everything, work off the crowd. I'm not saying you can't go bam, 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 bam. Obviously, Penta fucking did that shit last night. He did it well, except for the one little botch with the bottom rope leg drop, which I'm not 100% sure. Dark, maybe you can confirm nor deny this. Does AEW use cables or they use actual rope?
Pretty sure they use cables too.
Okay, so you can kind of see why Penta probably miscalculated that, because hitting ropes and hitting cables are two very different things. I know in my experience, if I'm hitting cables, I'm hitting them just a little bit harder. If I'm hitting ropes, I'm a little more not hesitant, but I'm a little more conscious of what I'm doing on them.
I honestly don't know. I'm gonna have to look more closely on Wednesday to see what the ropes look like.
Do that and get back with me, because I'm very intrigued on that one.
Yeah.
The match itself, it did feel like it did go a little long. But again, this was Penta's debut. You know, he's kind of filling out that style. There's a couple things that could have been taken out. The story could have been told just as well. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it, but I think everything went as they wanted. This was as good of a debut as they could expect. And as far as the talent goes, being upset about them going long, here's the thing, and this was a real big deal leading into Raw on Netflix. There's no set time.
Right. I was about to get into that.
Run.
It's like there's no end time. Like that was 2.5 hours last night. Why couldn't you just fit them all in?
Yeah, and last week was 3:15.
Yeah.
Who's saying next week won't be 4? You know what I'm saying? So that whole thing about, stuff getting cut, that's just upper management making that call. Maybe they didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this was one of those things where less was more. And
What's up, Richard? Good to see you.
For all we know, the Punk McIntyre Rollins promo probably went a little long too, and they had a cut from there as well. Who knows? But the fact that the boys are upset that shit got cut, get the fuck over it. Your boss has made that call. Not Netflix, not USA, not whoever.
They literally have no time constraints, which is crazy. But
and as soon as I saw that this morning, I went on a fucking rant about how Netflix made it very clear there's no set time limit. They can have a 45-minute show if they wanted to, right? They don't have to, work within an actual 3-hour time window. They just have formats like that.
So I think that sounds like an excuse so people won't get pissed that their shit was just cut.
Yes. I mean, but the bottom line, if the producers are happy with it, if
that was a JB Noble match too,
and he does damn good work. And if fucking Hunter of all people is happy with it, who the fuck are you to shit on it?
Yeah. And I liked his I liked the promo afterwards. The mixture of English and Spanish went really well, obviously. Yeah, I think all around it was a really good debut.
Yes, I have no issue with that. I love the fact that they included his family in the whole kind of production of it.
Right.
I everything just felt real. It felt genuine. And I was listening to some Busted Open earlier on the way home, and Bubba Ray was talking about it, and I think he said it best. Penta here in this promo genuinely felt happy to be where he was.
I believe, yeah, I felt that too.
Yep. And when Phoenix is finally out of AEW's contract status and he can finally sign with WWE, I believe that happiness is going to be even more genuine and it's going to be more boastful, and they're just going to fucking enjoy life over there. Now, as far as Ray Phoenix is concerned, it's gonna be real interesting to see him kind of format his style into the WWE system
Yeah,
because he has no governor.
none whatsoever. And you don't have to look any further than Ricochet to see how the WWE style changes luchadors. You know,
Mhm.
I think I don't know, maybe it'll suit him, but you're right. I mean, Penta is all over the fucking place all the time. Hey,
Yep.
Justin, thank you, bro. Appreciate it
But
very
Penta
much.
also has that side of him where he can be a slower, more methodical style worker. I mean, we saw it when he did Pentagon Dark over in Lucha Underground. He knows when he needs to do it, when he doesn't need to do it. He knows when to hit those highs, and he knows when to like bring it down a notch. And I think he performed that very well last night.
I agree.
So no issues for me as far as that's concerned.
Nope.
I was kind of for a second I thought he was gonna turn heel in that promo.
No, it's too no,
Too early.
not with his kid right there. I wouldn't have let them no, too soon.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, he said a
if
lot of
anything,
cool stuff in the promo. Like basically how it's like he's been waiting to be in the WWE for a long time, kind of like it was like a dream for him. And this is what it looks like when a Mexican wants to accomplish something. So it was very emotional promo. And this isn't a shot, this is a serious question, so I don't want anyone to get offended. But I'm pretty sure, now correct me if I'm wrong, this is the most Penta has spoken on the mic, I want to say, since he's been in AEW.
He didn't
Like,
speak in Lucha Underground very much. He's just never
he didn't.
been that
Yeah,
much of a promo guy.
He never spoke in Impact either.
Yeah. So,
and it
Oh,
was a great promo.
did y'all catch the commentary
mm-hmm.
on the Penta Chad Gable match about them referencing Lucha Underground, referencing his TNA reigns? That the TNA thing I could kind of understand, but them referencing Lucha Underground,
Yeah.
never saw that coming.
No, never.
Why don't they reference AEW?
Oh, why do you think they didn't reference AEW?
They're
I
active
don't know.
competition. They're active competition. Simple as that.
Are they?
Hey, Justin, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here too,
Well,
man.
I mean, let's look at it this way. Would they reference anything TNA if they didn't have a working partnership right now? I don't think so.
No, of course not. And it makes sense. It makes sense from a business standpoint. I'm not mad at it. But it is very, very weird that they would mention Lucha Underground. Like, it's really strange.
Hey, Lucha Underground and Netflix confirmed? Question mark.
That would be amazing. I would love all that
I'd
shit
be
to come back.
Dude, we would live stream every fucking episode over on the Twitch.
And I'd go back and watch every episode that's already happened. I love that fucking show, man. It was so unique.
Yeah. All 4 seasons.
It was so unique, so well done.
I just don't want to fucking pay $2.99 per episode on fucking Prime right now.
Oh, is it
a
on
lot
Prime?
Of money.
Are they still
on
making
Prime,
new episodes?
No.
No. The Lucha Underground got shut down at like 2018, 2019, something like that.
I think the entire El Rey network is gone now, isn't it?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it merged with Vice. Let me confirm that real quick.
Yeah, because the problem with Lucha Underground was like 13 people had that fucking network. So they could never get enough ad revenue to pay for it. So that's why it canceled. It had nothing to do with, popularity or anything.
No, let's see here. Last year, El Rey merged with Fuse Media, which is the old what was the music video television of my fucking childhood.
Okay.
And they just have West Coast publications according to Wikipedia. So Oh, Edgar can still watch the old El Rey network.
Oh, is it out here in
It's
the
it's on the
West?
West Coast. What it says.
Oh, okay,
Now, I
okay.
don't know how much of a top tier satellite package you need to have to fucking watch it. Kind of like TNA, but
Yeah,
I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
I don't even know how I first heard about Lucha Underground and what channel it was on because it literally had never heard of that fucking channel before.
Dude, I could tell you straight up, I was just channel surfing over at a buddy's house. We were fucking smoking blunts and shit. We just started fucking channel surfing. Next thing you know, we stopped and we saw. We didn't know who the fuck it was. It turned out it was Killshot, and he was working Cuerdo.
Oh,
That it was that match, and we stopped. It was like, holy shit.
yeah,
We
man.
were also fucking blazed. So take that into account.
Dude, they could
We
fucking go. You talking about not having any governor? Lucha Underground was wild.
Yes.
Like just the shit that fucking Angelico did. Holy fuck. Jumping off the top of that office like it yeah.
Multiple times.
Yep.
Multiple times. But yeah, Penta Raw debut. I have no issue with it. I have an issue with the boys in the back being petty little shits, just complaining about their times being cut. Maybe your time was cut because it wasn't needed this week.
What did you guys think about the crowd reaction that he got?
I had the same concern that I had in 2016 when AJ debuted, where a lot of the WWE fans are just that WWE fans, or they just casually watch WWE.
Right.
It's not as common anymore because WWE fans are more just wrestling fans. Thanks to social media and YouTube and stuff like that, they have those outlets to watch wrestling outside of their comfort zone. But I had the same concern that I did for AJ. But I had the same feeling once it happens. Like, thank God, everybody knew who the fuck he was.
Yeah. They did a really good job leading up to his debut, other than releasing the fucking merch too early. But like the
worst kept secret.
Yeah. But like the Tron images, like the zero with the slash through it, and then they did a really good job building up his.
Immediately that was him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thomas, how are you, bud?
And if you don't know who Penta is, and there was a lot of people that met or saw Penta for the very first time last night on Monday Night Raw, what a treat it is for them too, man. Like, I realize like most of my viewers and listeners are mostly WWE fans, so they were like, "Oh, I already like this guy." They're like, "I don't know, I've never seen him before." If you're seeing him for the first time, like, that's just like crazy. Like, he has a cool mask, the cool face paint. He has the moves. Like, he's doing all these crazy things in the ring, which no one else did that night. Penta pretty much did all like well, except for Finn Balor and Damian Priest at the end. But it kind of reminded me like of the Rey Mysterio debut in a way. I was getting flashbacks to that.
Yeah. And as much as I liked the debut, I still think it's a concern, and I think it's a legitimate concern of what they do with him moving forward, because other than Rey, they've never booked a Mexican wrestler worth of shit. And that's a concern for me. Just like, they don't handle Japanese wrestlers well. They do not handle Mexican wrestlers well. So I don't know. I have faith because Penta is so amazing and Phoenix is so amazing that their charisma can make a bad situation good. But it's yet to be seen whether we can trust their booking for him yet.
Yeah, that's very true. We haven't seen Santos Escobar wrestle in months.
That motherfucker needs to bring back the Cuerno mask. All right. There's no reason that Santos Escobar is walking around in a fucking suit trying to run his mouth. He should be a killer in the ring, and that's it.
He's doing like a freaking like a cartel boss gimmick. It's kind of weird.
It's very Andrade. Very Andrade.
Yeah, it is.
All right, anything else on this topic? We're going to throw it to a commercial break and come back for some more. We will be right back. Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy.
Hill shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool.
Jesus Christ. No, this is the membership one.
And we're back.
We never left.
Well, I did. Fuck all you.
That's on you.
I was
like a bitch.
Fuck off. All right, next story, please.
Next story. Corey Graves got a lot to say. He had a lot to say on the internet, and it looks like he might have gotten himself in a little bit of trouble. So, as it turns out, Corey Graves was moved to NXT. Now, some people are calling it moved. Some people are calling it demoted. Corey Graves, it seems like he's looking at this in the worst way possible. Corey Graves went to Twitter or X, and I quote, "Imagine chasing your dream, then being told, not deciding that you're no longer physically able to pursue your dream. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, being told you're not famous enough for your own job, just in case you've wondered where I've been." So he tweeted this out. He was supposed to be on NXT tonight, and then it was reported that he's no longer on NXT. So,
And then I saw something.
Corey Graves.
I think I saw something even more recently, a news a dirt sheet saying that Corey Graves' entire WWE future is in doubt now. This is the thing. Corey should be the play-by-play guy on SmackDown. That Joe, whoever the hell he is, would be... He talking about not being famous enough. Like, that motherfucker just showed up in the fourth quarter of last year, and now they're pushing Corey Graves down. Like, I understand what he's saying about it being a like, he feels like it's a demotion, and I know that Draven, you're gonna have a different opinion because of who we sit next to, but you can't send a guy from the A show averaging over 2 million viewers a week, and now he's calling developmental with 500,000 viewers a week. Like, it's a deal. It matters.
So I'm going to take this in a different direction. And you're right. Before I had a really long car ride and I started thinking about it. You're right. I had an issue with his words when I remembered who he's on commentary with. He's on commentary with a Hall of Famer. He's on the commentary team with Booker T.
Yep.
And to say that you're not as famous to run on Monday night, what does that say about Booker T? Booker T, who is a 6-time world champion. He's a 2-time Hall of Famer. And you're gonna sit there and run your cockwasher. But sat there and I thought about this, and I scrambled my brains pretty good on this one. He posted about 12 hours ago on Twitter, X, what the fuck ever, that he has a lot to say and that he will be at NXT tonight. He posted that long after fucking posting the original. And I remember that about June, July last year, he was cleared by WWE doctors to get back in the ring. And I know he's been doing training at the Performance Center. What if, and I wouldn't put it past Triple H, what if this was more of a worked shoot angle to get him away from the commentary team to get his ass back in the ring? Now, I'm not saying he's going to fucking work a match tonight or he's not going to get physical tonight, but I feel this is going to be one of those situations where he holds up the broadcast, grabs a microphone, says as much as he can say before they cut the microphone off, or have security come out there and escort him out. And if he gets physical at that point, I'm pretty much confirmed at that point that he is able to compete. He's able to get physical, which means people are able to put hands on him, which means WWE is comfortable enough for him to get physical in the ring, out of the ring, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming back to work. I mean, it's not the first time we saw it. We've seen it with Bryan Danielson. We've seen it with Saraya or Paige. We've seen it with Edge or Hope. I mean, we've even seen it as early as Austin. We've seen it with Kurt Angle. We've seen it with Brock Lesnar. It's possible. It may take years. I mean, Edge made that very clear. It took him 9 years to come back from his last injury, and he's doing fucking phenomenal. Maybe this is the time for Corey Graves to finally get back in there.
What was
and it makes
Corey's
the most sense. What is it?
What was Corey's injury?
Concussions. Same thing with Daniel Bryan.
Well, Daniel
Concussion
Bryan's
is-
more like neck issues.
But he was put on the shelf because of concussions, because he couldn't pass that test.
Okay.
And he went through all these other doctors before finally having WWE doctors sign off on him. I feel it's the same thing. Corey Graves has finally put in the work to get back in the ring because of concussions. Not saying it's probably the best thing for him, because remember a couple of years ago I had the same scare.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's what he wants to do and it's what he loves, I mean, he referenced it in his original tweet about no longer being able to perform. Why else would he fucking say that? And then why else would he fucking post this 8 hours later saying that he will be on NXT after being told that he's not going to be on NXT? And tag CW, and tag NXT, and tag WWE. This is a work. It's a very well done work.
It may be.
That's just my opinion, and I would love it because he was a damn good competitor. He fucking killed it in the early days of NXT. If you can go find it on the Cock or on the Netflix, we got to find a very derogatory term for Netflix at this point. The Baby Maker app. That's what it's called. The Baby Maker app. If you go on the Baby Maker app under NXT, go watch 2014 and 2013 NXT. He was fucking killing it with at the time Adrian Neville, who you would know as Pac, who became NXT Tag Team Champions. He's a damn good wrestler. He's a damn good technician. Maybe that's just some thoughtful hopes because I was a fan of his, but I can see, especially with this new era and who's at the forefront of the booking and the creative, and he's got cleared. Fuck it, let him have a run. But I wouldn't put it on Raw or SmackDown. I put him down there with the kids. Let him put the fucking reps back in.
Yeah, he's got to work NXT if he's coming back. It's so odd. Like I can almost kind of I see where you're coming from. Because not only are those, but it's really odd for him just to come out and say this. Like, and risk whatever career he does have to say they told me I wasn't good enough. I hate this shit. Whatever it was. It
It's not
seems
the first time they've done this angle, though. They did it with Alex Riley back in 15,
hmm,
almost verbatim. So maybe they're rehashing something. Again, if this is story, if this is a work,
right.
I'm not 100% saying it is or it isn't. I'm just giving my point of view from my years of booking and seeing how WWE's booked stuff in the past.
Hey, Draven Denial says hi.
Hi, Denial. You owe me $5. But if I am right, next week is $10.
What are your thoughts on this, Edgar? Anything?
Yeah, dude, I have a lot to say about this. So I hope Draven is right. The more I think about it, I think Draven might be onto something. Because if not, like, what a shitty ass move by Corey Graves. I think like I think I would go as far as to say if this isn't a work, then I'd probably lose all respect for Corey Graves. Because like, dude, you're lucky you still have a job. Like, there's a lot of people that just got released recently, and that could have been you. Like, you at least you're good enough for them to be like, okay, we don't want to get rid of this guy, but we have room for him in NXT. You're still gonna be on TV. Like you guys said, he's still gonna be sitting next to Booker fucking T.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro,
Now
like
let's clear something up though. He didn't say that I'm, it wasn't like he was saying that the job was a demotion. He was saying he was told he wasn't good enough for the main shows. That doesn't have anything to do with him thinking that he's on the different level than Booker T or anything.
no, but he's still complaining though.
No, I know.
He's still complaining, and I'm just like, bro, I don't think he has any right to be doing that. And I think it's really unprofessional for him to say, even like, to be as professional and as like, politically correct as Corey Graves is, and didn't really say anything negative. I mean, it's still really unprofessional to go online and say something like that. Like, bro, you have a job. Like, I don't know. I didn't really like that. So I hope this is all a work.
Hmm.
Finish, because I'm about to cook.
No, I'm done. That was it.
All right. So say this is a work. They work it as a work shoot, so to speak. What if this right here? What if this builds to a match at Mania? What if this builds up?
What up, no man?
With a heel Corey Graves, and he goes on the attack and he goes after Pat McAfee. What if this ends up being Corey Graves and Pat McAfee at WrestleMania?
I'd be down to see that, but he's been Corey Graves has been going in on fucking Johnny Gargano more lately. Like, he's been talking hackish shit about him.
That's because they're best fucking friends.
Oh,
Let's be real. But I'm just saying, it makes sense to go after the man that took your job on fucking Monday night.
Yeah.
Turn that shit into a fucking badass angle. I'm not saying it's going to be main event, but that's damn sure going to be a decent mid-card match night one.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to run 20 minutes, but a good fucking 10-minute match with them too. We've seen Pat McAfee work Adam Cole, baby. Fucking shocked the shit out of me. We've seen him work The Miz. For God's sakes, he's taken one of the best stunners in the past 10 years from Stone Cold.
Yes, he
He
did.
can fucking work.
Yep.
And then we saw the worst fucking stunner in the past 10 years. But that's not the point. The point is, Pat McAfee is a fucking prodigy. He can work.
Oh, yeah.
I know Corey Graves can pull him through a fucking match. Let that shit fucking happen.
Well, we don't know what Corey looks like in the ring right now. I mean,
I've seen some stuff from the Performance Center. He looks pretty fucking crisp.
Hmm.
I'm not saying there's not ring rust on there.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that he's 100%, but he's a lot better than some of the indie guys I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's encouraging. I mean, it could be cool. I mean, um, I don't have Harold in the chat is saying never liked Corey, never doesn't know why, but he's not a fan. And I can see
Well,
why.
I agree with that from his commentary, but as a worker, as a promo guy, I loved him.
Yeah. And I can see how on commentary he would be polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean,
that's
we've talked
kind
about
of
it
the
many
color
times.
guy's job. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed him being the play-by-play guy on SmackDown. I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie.
Yes.
I have no problem with him as a commentator, and
I have an issue with him being a color commentator. Play-by-play is fucking great.
Yeah.
That should stick. He should stick to that.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm about done cooking on that one for right now. Turn the burners down. What's your final thoughts on this, Edgar?
Final thoughts. Corey Graves is great on the commentary. I think he would add some cool shit to NXT. Booker T and Corey Graves. I think they'll do some fun stuff down there. So I mean, I think he just needs to shut up and work. That's what I think. I also hope that it's a work.
Well, if this isn't a
same
work,
time.
we might not see him around long because the TKO does not take that shit lightly.
Yeah,
Nope.
it kind of reminds me like when like basketball players or football players are like talking shit about their team and they're
Right.
like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to be here." And then like next day they get traded, it's like it kind of reminded me of that. Like, bro,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
All
Well, we'll see what happens.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's before we get into another one, let's run our final commercial break of the night so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. We'll be right back.
Vodka, Evolve, Castell. Indulge in the Red Revolution.
Bad guys do hill shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool.
All right.
So before we get to the last one, was scrolling through the socials, and the coach, Jonathan Coachman, actually chimed in on this whole Corey Graves issue. Let me read off his tweet real quick.
All right.
So Corey is upset for being bumped from the main roster. Happened to JR 5 times. Happened to Michael Cole multiple times. Happened to me multiple times. He is right. He is really good at his job, but playing in the sandbox a little bit better might not hurt next time. Embrace whatever role you have and understand that you were lucky to have it. There are only 3 to 5 of these jobs at the highest level. Who knows? Maybe they will ask him to be a part of a 3-man booth.
Yeah. So, but do you think you think Coach
the lines
still
are definitely? Well, I mean, he's still pretty in tune into pro wrestling. He does a podcast every week about it, similar to how HSP does it. So he's pretty in tune to it, but he's not like friends with guys in the office. He's not friends with a lot of the boys currently in WWE. So he's seeing it from an outside perspective, like all of us are. So for that, you see how the lines are really blurred in this particular issue.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna keep an eye out on the socials for NXT, and we'll see what happens. But if I am right, it's $10 next week.
Do you
Dude,
think like he has like he's feeling ballsy and he's feeling gutsy because there's AEW where he can go to? He's like, fuck this place. I got friends over there now.
Dude, there's somebody that he could
Something's just a word.
easily replace in AEW.
Yep, Excalibur.
I like
Oh, yeah.
Excalibur.
Anybody
Shut the
can
fuck up.
You the only fucking one. You the only fucking one.
No, I'm not, man. Why don't you like him? Let's start there.
He's a fucking.
Oh, I'll
mark.
go first.
Oh, well,
Okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
If I were to play a drinking game for every time Excalibur says, swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and take a shot every time he says swing and a miss,
He's gonna be
I'm
fucked up
blacking
before the
out.
opening match is over. Yeah,
I'm
you're
blacking out.
I'm gonna have to pay
Yeah,
attention to that because I don't know. I don't remember him saying that very much, but I'll pay attention next time.
not to mention his commentary. It makes me feel like he's talking down to the audience whenever he's trying to describe a move. The Tope Console Hilo, ba ba ba. Like what the dude? Calm the fuck down for 5 seconds.
No, but whoever this is,
Let it go.
whoever's on play-by-play for Collision is not good. I don't even know who he is.
I couldn't even tell you who's on either of the booths at this point.
I haven't watched Collision in months.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I
a
think
lot-
it's isn't it Daddy Magic now?
No, he's
Uh,
on Dynamite sometimes, and he's filling in because
let me see if I can
Shivani
tell you.
isn't there for some reason.
Collision. Well, Collision, right? Because I got fat fucking fingers. Commentary.
swing and a miss, step up into Gary, Tope
Oh.
Suicida.
This says it's Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness with JR occasionally coming in and out.
Yeah. I knew Nigel was one.
Dude, I love Nigel at promos. I'm not the biggest fan of him on the table.
I don't care for him on color either. But we're not talking about that. What else we got?
Let's go on over to let's talk about some ratings for a little bit. And the ratings for the Raw debut from Netflix came out, and there was like some mixed reporting.
Mhm.
So according to the Video Amp, this is a third-party media analytics company. According to them, Raw did 2.6 million households. This is up 16% from regular viewership, but they also did another report, which is like, I guess, like a separate report that comes afterwards. That's called the Live Plus One Views,
Mhm.
which is a measurement that is used to replicate the average minute audience, whatever that means. It's used to measure traditional TV audiences. And according to this report, they did 4.9 million views.
That's
Okay.
worldwide, isn't it?
So yeah,
Yeah.
I was just about to get to that. The 2.8 million that you gave was domestic.
Okay.
So
But not
United
live.
States. No, this was streaming from Monday. I think they did this report on Friday. So Monday after it went to straight streaming to Friday when they took the numbers. So obviously, if we look at the numbers now, they're going to be different than what they were Friday. But yeah, and I think we talked about this last Tuesday on Weekend Wrestling. Like we talked about how it was only 664,000 that watched it live. But the thing about Netflix is now we don't have to set that time aside on Monday nights to watch it if we don't absolutely want to. We can just come back Tuesday morning and stream it. We can wait till Thursday afternoon and stream it. Like we don't have to set aside Monday night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at our local times for us to sit down and have to ingest all this wrestling.
Now,
So
I've only watched it live. If you watch it on the VOD, is there still commercials?
No, they cut them out.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Well, see, that's partially an issue because if that's the case, then that 600,000 number means a whole lot more.
Mm-hmm.
that is the number that they need to make money on, and that's less than half of what they were doing live on USA. So the issue is then, if they don't have commercials on any other time, then that, to Netflix, that 600,000 number is really the only one that matters. From a week to week, like, people, they might see a bump in subscriptions because people want to see WWE, but that's not that's not show specific. Like, they're only going to get that once a month, and they're getting TV ad revenue 4 times a month. So it's like, I think that 600,000 number is more significant than that 2.9 million number is.
Isn't there a
So according to 411 Mania, for last week's Raw Netflix premiere, the total views from Monday to Monday was 5.9 million. Okay. So, and this kind of breaks down how they figure out the numbers for the viewership. So basically what they do is they take the total number of hours watched, which in this case was 17.7 million hours, and they divide it by the show's runtime, which last week was 3 hours, and that's how they got the 5.9 million. Here's my thing. Does it show accurately the hours played, or does it show after a certain time frame of it being streamed that it just accounts for 3 fucking hours? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to get like perfect numbers, because there's no Nielsen, no legit third-party tracker of ratings per se. But I can't imagine they're too far off. So I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. And then also, isn't there like a more expensive Netflix membership that you can buy where it cuts out the commercials live completely?
Nope, because you can flex me on this one. I have the highest tier of Netflix, and even then, and it's not just on Netflix Raw. Even like the NFL games that they show when they do their live things, they even show commercials or ads or whatever. So it was definitely one of those things that Dark and I talked about leading up to this. Kind of like how Hulu does. You pay an extra little bit and you like get ad-free streaming. But with the way the shows are formatted, unless they're going to do something like picture-in-picture, which I haven't seen personally. Dark, you watched it live last night. Was there any picture-in-picture last night either?
No.
Okay. So in that case, it don't matter what tier you are on Netflix. If they're not going to do like picture-in-picture, you're going to get the ad revenue regardless. Now, I could see like the tier I'm on, they can give the option for picture-in-picture, and like lower tiers, you just got to watch the ads. Kind of like how Peacock does the pay-per-views now, where if you have the premium subscription, you can watch the build-up hype video. But if you're only like on the base $7.99 or whatever the fuck,
if you're broke, if you're a poor boy,
if you're a poor boy that has the basic ass fucking Peacock, no flex, you got to watch fucking ads for 2 minutes before the next match. And they didn't really start that until fucking WrestleMania last year, and it irked the fuck out of me. Like, I was calling Dark like almost every other match, going, "What the fuck? I wanted to watch Mania, not fucking Geico commercials."
Right.
And a lot of those commercials that they did last night on Raw, a lot of them were WWE commercials, like the cricket one with Chad Gable. They also had the John Cena one for McDonald's, which was funny.
That motherfucker loves McDonald's.
Dude, I'm surprised you were able to see him.
He faded
he
away
did-
at the end.
He did. He faded away. He was like, and then he faded away. It was funny. So it kind of felt like I was watching WWE commercials in a way.
Yeah, John Cena is notorious for loving McDonald's. Like,
I
it's
love
crazy.
McDonald's too, man.
It depends on the McDonald's. I have found some dog wash ones, but I have found some high class ones too. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, so I mean that's
I'm sorry. I was just trying to find if they released last night's live numbers yet.
yeah.
Did they?
This is the #1 show
I haven't.
already.
Well, obviously, I mean, the way Squid Games fucking ended on season 2. Spoiler alert! It's a fucking cliffhanger from hell. I would fuck quit watching it too.
You gotta wait till June.
No, fuck that. They could have done 2 more episodes and just finished it all off. I
Nope.
don't want another season. This is one of those things where, you know, a season can be turned into like a 2-hour special and be done.
Do they have the next season on any other platform? I wonder.
What game?
Or is it just a Netflix? It's just a Netflix show.
Just
It's
a Netflix show.
exclusive.
Never mind.
I mean, can you? You've got the VPN, Draven. Can you go to like Korea and see more of them?
Right?
Do it.
Don't you think I fucking tried?
Oh, you did.
No. Season 3 is not out, nor do they have a dead set timeline of it coming out yet. They just said it's almost completed.
I'm pretty sure it said June on Netflix.
Make me jump on fucking Netflix. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon B in the chat, you said you can tell how many people watch Raw for free on the views every Monday. Where do you see the views at? Like, that's what we've been trying to figure out, obviously. I'm not sure where you would find those views.
Yeah, not even WrestleNomics has them.
And I'm on the Raw page right now, and I see absolutely nothing.
Oh, you can't tell. Oh shit. I'm sorry, man. I misread that.
How dare you?
Yeah, I fucked that up. My bad.
Released today, the making of season 2. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Bro,
I was so mad I couldn't even fucking message Dark with my fucking anger.
Bro, it's good. Just get over it, bro.
No, fuck you.
How about no?
And that's the problem. It is that good. I didn't think that show was going to be as good as it is, but it is fucking phenomenal.
All right.
Well, not as good as Monday Night Raw, apparently.
Monday Night Raw is live, and it's better, and it's something I can actually watch every week.
Yeah. I have to wait 6
not gonna
months
go-
for the
it's-
next season of Raw.
That fucking god damn.
All right, what we got next?
Week. Let's talk about a lot of people's favorite person, Becky Lynch. Where the hell is Becky Lynch?
Dude,
Thought she was gonna come back.
she was supposed to be on the past 2 straight weeks. She was supposed to come back at the Raw debut, and she was supposed to come back last week or this week. It never happened.
Never happened, but she is in the active roster in the WWE. She recently re-signed with the WWE. It's been reported Becky Lynch did. And now it's looking like if she's not showing up, she didn't show up at the debut, it's most likely going to be at the Royal Rumble. How
Which
y'all
is
feel about that?
Dog shit, man. Fucking dog shit. Here's my problem. The original script for Raw Netflix was to have her come out in Taker's place. That was the original fucking script. Confirmed. And it got niched so they can have the extra star power from Undertaker. And because of that, it seems now we're going to get fucking the refrigerator versus the fucking mommy at fucking Royal Rumble for the women's title.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking digging that shit. I was really looking forward to seeing Becky and Rhea fucking get at it. Because I feel they could put on a fucking banger.
Oh, hell yeah.
But now, and No, my heart, not my words. Nia is a beautiful human being to know personally. Like, she's just a kind soul. Fucking workers. Without fucking question. He does not need to be in the main event slot. I feel she was better off in NXT fucking 10 years ago than she is right now. And again, know my heart, not my words. Great fucking person to know.
Yeah.
But she's not main event material. And I get, her size and stature and her relation, kind of puts her in the forefront of that. But dude, even this last title run was dog shit. Dog shit.
Yep.
I don't like it. I don't like Nia being in any title contention at all, unless, even if it's like a tag team thing where she just comes in and does the bruising and she just sits there to be quiet. You don't need a mic.
Never.
You don't need to be. No, he just needs to be big, brooding, 5-minute squashes, and walk away. Andre the Giant Cheetah.
That woman should not. They shouldn't allow her within 10 feet of a microphone. Like that.
No.
That promo last night was ass.
Yes.
Tons and tons. How much ass, Stokely?
With all due disrespect, that was 2 packs of ass.
Yes, 2 entire packs of ass.
Correct. Disrespectfully, of course.
I mean, she got a lot of heat though last night.
Yeah, but it's not the heat you want. It's like the heat that is like the heat that Dominic used to get. Like when it was just heat because we don't fucking like you. Like it's not because you're awesome as a heel. It's because we don't really want to see you. Get the fuck out of the ring. That's the kind of heat it was. Like,
Yep.
So
we call that X-Pac heat in the business, because there was a time where he was not anybody's favorite person.
You guys are probably not going to be happy about what I read about my boy Vince Russo and his thoughts on Becky Lynch's return. Do you guys want to hear about that?
Just don't say bro every other word, please.
Bro.
I won't. That's it. They didn't include the bros, all the bros in the article. If not, it would have been like a 3-page long article.
Jesus.
Okay.
But Vince Russo has a prediction about Becky Lynch since she didn't return. We saw the first ever women's intercontinental champion be crowned on Monday night, and it was an old friend of Becky's, Lyra Valkyria, thank you. And Vince Russo thinks that this could be a good way to bring in Becky Lynch. People love Becky Lynch, and he says he would turn Lyra heel and have a program with Becky and Lyra when Becky comes back.
Okay.
How would y'all feel about that?
The problem with that is that places her squarely in the mid card. Because let's not forget, the Intercontinental Championship is a mid card title. Like, I don't care how badass Braun Breaker is or how awesome anybody was that carried it. It's a mid card title. Becky,
it's the title to get you prepared for the main event slot.
Right. Becky should be perennially in the main event area. The problem is you can't have. I say the same thing about Liv. Like, the division having only one match on a card can't sustain more than three or four main event females. So I think she has to be one of them. I think she comes in and goes straight for the title. Maybe she wins the Royal Rumble, whatever. But I don't like anyone suggesting that she should come in and be a mid-carder.
No. And at this point, I don't think Becky needs to come in for the title anyway.
Yeah.
I think the way it's set up now, since they've broken up Rhea and Liv needs to go to SmackDown and work on that women's title with Tiffany Stratton, just to kind of gauge where Tiffany is and where she needs to be in the next 5 years. Because Liv, let's not forget, she's been doing this for about a decade now. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of that's lost on a lot of people. She's been working WWE for about 10 years. So she's become kind of the veteran of the women's locker room, and it's kind of lost on a lot of people. People still think she's only been around 2-3 years.
Yeah. Remember the Riot Squad?
I remember most of them.
Yep.
One was a Viking, one was Liv, and then I think they had a Goblin.
Ruby Soho. Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's at that point now where she can be the measuring stick
hmm
in that division.
I
And
think.
that's not saying what I'm predicting is true, and she's going to go to SmackDown and work that. I think that's what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Nobody right now, as far as in the main event slot, needs to work the mid card titles.
Yeah. 100%.
Except Nia. Just get her out of that. Just let her go work the mid card titles. Don't give a fuck at that point. But Becky doesn't really need to come back and challenge for a title per se. She just needs to come back and reestablish herself as the man,
hmm
as the locker room leader, quote unquote, of the women's division. And whether that be Raw or SmackDown, more likely it's Raw, trying to keep couples together and shit. And who knows, maybe it's going to turn into a fucking power couple gimmick down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very common knowledge that Seth and Becky are married. It's pretty common knowledge that it looks like Drew and Seth are going to be teaming up here soon. Why not start a new faction? I mean, Judgment Day starting to dissolve. I mean, at some point, you're going to have something to compete with the Bloodline. Build up a new fucking faction. Make it Hunters versus Hunted. I mean, they kind of like spread the seeds with Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre at this point. It's just getting them to the point where they're all together. Just my opinion.
I have a question for you guys.
Daily double.
So, we saw Nia Jax show up on Monday Night Raw. It looks like she's gonna go after Rhea, but Bailey is the number one contender right now. Is she going? But is Bailey on SmackDown still? Is she going after Rhea, or is Bailey going after Tiffany?
Okay, so I was a little confused by that too. As it stands right now, with this quote unquote portal storyline going on, Nia made the jump from SmackDown to Raw, and that's what that whole situation was about. I'm pretty sure Bailey was just there because it was her hometown.
hmm
Okay.
I don't think anything from last night's really gonna carry over into the following Monday. I could be wrong. But right now, it just feels like Bailey was just there because it was her hometown to try to get some extra eyes on the product. And let's be real, I'd rather look at Bailey than 98% of the roster anyway. But I'm just being real.
Now, Brandon in the chat had a very interesting idea. He's saying
Talk to me.
that with the mid card titles, now there's the chance to be the first women's Grand Slam champion.
Correct.
So maybe that would be something that main eventers would be interested in.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, there's only two women to me I feel could pull that off. And it's Rhea and Liv. Reason being, the average career for a woman is 8 to 10.
Mhm.
That I've noticed. Average is between 8 to 10 years, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But they don't really work like guys do. By the time they're like 40, and of course, this was a Vince McMahon thing. He wanted them off TV because he felt they were too old.
hmm
With the exception of like Trish Stratus, Stacy Keibler, Sable, Lita. He kind of pulled full-time members off around the mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Is that still the case? I'm not sure. I'm hoping not, because the group of talent they have right now is fucking phenomenal. It's the best roster they've had in 20 fucking years. But at this point, unless it's one of those like Sheamus deals where he's winding down his career and he's just wanting to become a Grand Slam champion. Leah, Riv, Becky, Charlotte, Bailey. I don't really see them going for the mid card titles.
Yeah, I don't really
see
either.
them
I just
staying
thought it was
in
an
the main
interesting
event.
take. Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong, and it is an interesting take. But for me, for my money, the one that you need to be watching out for right now, as far as being a future Grand Slam champion, is Lyra Valkyria.
He's a badass.
She is going to fucking go far.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not including the NXT roster. And quote me on this, within the next 2 years, you're going to see Stephanie McCurr on the main roster. You're going to see Julia on the main roster. They're going to take the place of where Liv and Rhea is now in the next 3 to 5 years.
I'm wondering if they took the title off of Roxana because she's going to be heading to the main roster.
Possible. It's very possible. It's time. It is time. She's grown enough. She has enough of a base, of a foundation for her to build up on the main roster now, which I'd say 80% sure that you're going to see her in the Rumble.
Now, when it comes to Becky Lynch, do you guys bring her back in the next couple of weeks before the Rumble, or do you guys just wait for Becky Lynch to appear at the Rumble?
At this point, just let her appear at the Rumble.
I'd bring her back at Saturday night's main event. Bring more star power to that, because God knows Hulk Hogan's going to fucking flood that shit with a lot of negativity. They're going to need all the fucking star power they can get on that one.
How
But
they're
yeah, bring her
still
back. Go ahead.
how they're still fucking using him for ads and shit after the reaction he got is wild, fucking wild work.
How they're not using him as Hollywood Hogan is what's fucking surprising me. At this point, you know he's going to get booed. Just fucking make him Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah,
At least then it makes sense.
I agree.
But yeah, I could see them bringing them back at Saturday night's main event. I'm not sure entirely on what the card is. I'm fairly sure there's going to be some sort of Raw women's match on that show, and that's where you bring her back. Or
Yeah, I thought Rhea
like
Ripley was having a match next week. I thought I saw an announcement for that. Or am I
well,
wrong?
I haven't. You might be right. I haven't seen it. Of course, I haven't been too keen on the socials as far as Saturday night's main event today. You could be right, and that could be a spot, but it could also be one of those things where they bring her back, but not in women's contention per se. What if they pull the trigger on the Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens thing, and they make Becky get in between Seth and the bloodline? What if they kind of make it where she's trying to talk sense into him and he's just not listening to it? What if they run that, but a few weeks down the line where they're relying on Becky to kind of talk sense into Seth? I'm talking about Sammy and the Usos. Becky turns on them, lures them into a trap. Sets up something at Elimination Chamber. Possibly sets something up at Royal Rumble, or not Royal Rumble, at WrestleMania. Possibly brings in another female talent for them to contend with Becky. Lots of options here.
Yeah. All right.
That's where I'm standing on that.
Well, that was a good show, guys. I enjoyed that.
Oh, you're cutting us off? Oh, all right. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's
One
fine.
more
That's
thing that I
fine.
found interesting, and I'm kind of interested to see where they're going because they fucking fumbled them on Raw, is the Wyatt Six is moving to SmackDown.
Yeah, that was very quietly done. Very quietly done.
You know who else is on SmackDown?
Not Corey
Braun
Graves.
Strowman. No,
Who'd
Braun
you say?
Strowman.
Braun
I was going to
Strowman.
say Teddy Long. They're going to put him in a tag team match, player.
I keep forgetting that Braun Strowman was in the Wyatt family, like that.
Yeah, he was the big tall one with the black mask.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Had the really shitty finishes.
Mm.
Yeah, big tall guy with the black face.
Yeah, he goes "Roar!" all the time.
There's nothing lamer than that reverse choke slam he used to do.
No. That lifting arm triangle that he used when he first debuted.
Oh yeah.
Did not fucking fit him. And then that poor excuse for a Yokozuna cutter, where he just fucking put him on a gut wrench and just flapjacked him. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
You can at least grab the cutter. You're not that big. Fuck's sake.
All right. Well,
But I kind of like the reverse choke slam. Not gonna lie, I actually like that for him.
it never looked good.
Yes, it did, especially when Elwood was like fucking 10 feet in the air and he went, ah! Beautiful. It's fucking beautiful.
All right, Drave, you want to do the pleasantries?
Got it. Yeah, I got to pay bills. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget that this coming up Sunday morning, we will have Talking Shit with your boys Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes. But we're just going to around talk shit. And it's also going to be the last time that I will be in the studio for at least a week, as I will be going out for surgery. Thoughts and prayers, likes and shares, hate mail, all that good shit. Send it to my DMs at heelshitpodcast@gmail.com. In the title, fuck you, Draven. We're good with that. And anything with fuck and Draven is awesome in the email. Also, don't forget, this coming up Monday, we will have HSP live, similar to how we're doing it now. Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes, and hopefully my intestines will still be in my body at that point in time. Not really sure what we're going to be talking about yet. We will be releasing that more along the lines of this weekend. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And of course, every Tuesday night, it is your boys Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes, and Edgar from Snug Podcast. Oh, Edgar, while I'm on it, plug your shit.
Yeah, follow me at Snug Wrestling, and I got tomorrow. I'm going to be going live with the 3D Wrestling Podcast. We're going to be going over Royal Rumble 2000. We're gonna go back in time to do that, and then January 19th this weekend, I have a special show planned with Michael Baldwin from Suplex Media and Jay from the DMV. Jay from the DMV is a huge WWE fan. Michael Baldwin is a huge AEW fan, and they've been going back and forth on Twitter about how they should look at the wrestling business, how they shouldn't. Do ratings matter? Do ratings not matter? Tribalism and all this other stuff. And I'm going to sit them both down with me on Sunday, January the 19th, and kind of just have them debate, kind of go at it. So that's going to be fun. January 19th and tomorrow, check me out at Snug Wrestling.
Absolutely. Awesome. And January 19th, if you need a third party, I might be available. Get with me. We'll hash out the details. I'd love to sit in on that one.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. And let's see. We did that. Did Edgar, Snug, fuck you, Draven. Oh yeah. Don't forget the merch.
The merch
is fucking glorious. As you can see, my boy Dark Cordz right there has the new, and this is the last time I'm fucking calling it new, Dark Cordz merchandise. So we got it in the hoodie, we got the t-shirt, we got the fit all over hoodie, the white one is fucking phenomenal. I swear to God, it still looks like fucking a demented Bray Wyatt and Dark Cordz had a bastard child. Just fucking saying. We have the fucking retro Dark Cordz and retro Draven Grimes. We have retro TFK. We have new TFK merchandise right around the corner. Just waiting on everything to get finalized there. The Fuck Logan Paul shirt, which is Edgar's favorite fucking shirt of all time, and he wears it proudly in my dreams, as well as the Paul Watcher shirt. Everything at the Streamlabs. And the very last thing, don't forget the YouTube membership, $4.99 a month. Covers exclusive content that you can't get on the actual HSP YouTube. It also gives you access to at-cost merchandise, as well as a special HSP logo shirt that's not available anywhere else. Hit that shit up. Love it. Buy our shit.
Well said, sir. So,
thank God. My head hurts.
Thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. For Draven Grimes and Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast.